Most people think attraction is about what you show, but the truth, it's about what you withhold. In a noisy world where everyone is performing, the most magnetic person is the one who doesn't flinch, doesn't beg, and doesn't try. True attractiveness isn't found in beauty or status. It's found in stillness, presence, and self-command. The ancient Stoics didn't wear designer robes or chase followers. They became irresistible by becoming whole. In this video, you're not just going to learn how to become more attractive. You're going to learn how to become untouchable. Stick with me till the end, because the final two teachings will rewire how you carry yourself in every room you walk into. It's not your jawline, your clothes, or your bank account that makes you magnetic. It's your energy, your mindset, the way you walk into a room without needing to prove anything. The Stoics knew this thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they weren't influencers or heartthrobs, but they were deeply respected. They had presence, and presence is power. In today's world, we chase shallow signals, likes, status, and style, while ignoring the deeper habits that actually make people want to be around us. The kind of attraction that doesn't fade, that doesn't rely on looks or luck. Here are 10 Stoic-backed habits that will make you more attractive, without trying to be. Let's dive in. 1. Control your reactions, master your power. Most people are slaves to their emotions. They flinch at insults, lash out in anger, and let stress drive their decisions. But the person who remains calm, who doesn't react impulsively, is the one who commands attention without needing to say a word. That's not weakness. That's unshakable strength. In a chaotic world, calmness is rebellion. It's rare, it's powerful, and it's unforgettable. When everything around you is spinning and you remain still, people notice, because most can't do it. The Stoics understood that our reactions determine our reality. You may not control what life throws at you, but your response is always yours to command. This is where true freedom lies. So when emotions rise, pause, take a breath, step back. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Is this reaction aligned with who I want to be? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. And in that pause, in that deliberate space between stimulus and response, you take your power back. The more you master this, the more magnetic and mysterious you become, because nothing is more attractive than someone who cannot be provoked. Master your reactions, and you'll quietly master the room. 2. Listen with full presence. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, the rarest and most attractive trait is the ability to listen, not just to words, but to emotion, tone, and meaning. Most people are too busy waiting for their turn to speak, but the one who listens with full presence, they become unforgettable. The Stoics mastered this art. They weren't just thinkers, they were observers. They believed that true wisdom begins by silencing the ego. That means setting aside the urge to interrupt, to fix, to impress, and instead being completely there for the person in front of you. Listening without judgment is a superpower. Eye contact, a calm presence, patient silence. These things carry more weight than flashy words or shallow charm. They create a space where people feel safe to be themselves, and that kind of presence is magnetic. When you make someone feel truly heard, you give them something almost no one else does: validation, respect, and humanity. And they won't forget how you made them feel. In a noisy world, be the quiet force that truly hears. That's the kind of presence people crave and remember. 3. Protect your peace like it's gold. You want to be truly magnetic? Be unbothered. Not cold, not distant, just untouchable in your serenity. In Stoic philosophy, your peace isn't a luxury, it's your responsibility. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That means not every argument deserves your voice, not every insult deserves your attention, and not every chaos deserves your presence. People who protect their peace command a quiet authority. Why? Because they refuse to be emotionally hijacked. When others are quick to explode, gossip, or spiral, the person who stays calm becomes a beacon of stability. And that kind of calm confidence draws others in like gravity. Protecting your peace isn't about avoidance. It's about discipline. It means choosing which battles are worthy of your energy and which moments are better met with silence. It's understanding that being reactive is easy, but staying grounded is powerful. When you carry that kind of inner stillness, you radiate something few possess. And without even speaking a word, you become someone people respect, trust, and feel drawn to. 4. Speak less, mean more. Stoicism teaches us that words should be tools, not weapons of distraction. The Stoic masters believed that speech, when used without discipline, becomes noise, pointless, even dangerous. That's why they practiced restraint, to speak with purpose, to weigh each word like gold. Because true power isn't found in how much you say, but in how much meaning your words carry. The more you talk, the more likely you are to lose control of the conversation and yourself. When you speak less but say more, people notice. You stand out in a world addicted to chatter. Your silence becomes a signal of depth, of confidence, of self-mastery. You become mysterious, respected, memorable, like the calm center of a storm. People begin to lean in when you speak, not because you're loud, but because you're deliberate. So before you open your mouth, pause. Ask yourself, does this add value? Will it elevate the moment or drain it? If the answer is no, choose silence. That silence, intentional and grounded, can say more than any sentence. It commands attention. It earns trust. And in time, it builds the kind of presence that doesn't need to shout to be heard. 5. Hold your standards, even when it's hard. Most people crack under pressure. They change their tune when things get uncomfortable. But the Stoic path is different. It demands resilience. It demands that you hold the line, even when the world pushes back, especially then. Because anyone can stick to their values when it's easy. But doing it when it's hard, that's where true strength and true attractiveness are revealed. Your standards are a reflection of your self-respect. They're not just preferences, they're the foundation of your character. When you set your values, honesty, discipline, loyalty, courage, you're defining who you are. And when you refuse to compromise those values for approval, money, or fleeting pleasure, you send a message. I know who I am, and I won't sell myself cheap. People notice that. In a world full of followers, the one who stands firm becomes magnetic. You won't have to chase respect. It will come to you, because principles are rare, and rare things are always more valuable. Integrity doesn't just look good, it feels good. It's the quiet confidence of knowing you didn't betray yourself for convenience, that you stayed true when it counted. And in doing so, you become unshakable. Not just respected, but admired. Not because you're perfect, but because you're principled. And that makes all the difference. 6. Be fully present in your body. You ever see someone walk into a room and instantly shift the energy without saying a word? That's embodiment. It's not about being loud or flashy. It's about alignment. The Stoics believe that the body and mind are reflections of each other. When your thoughts are still, your body becomes powerful. When your inner world is composed, your outer presence commands attention, effortlessly. Presence isn't about what you do, it's about what you are. When you're grounded in your breath, rooted in your posture, and steady in your eye contact, people feel you. Without trying to dominate, you influence. Without trying to impress, you impact. You become the person everyone notices, but no one can quite explain. So stand tall, roll your shoulders back, breathe deeply and move with intention. Every step should say, I know where I'm going. Every gesture should be deliberate, not restless. This is the physical expression of inner discipline. It's how Stoicism leaves the page and becomes alive in your presence. When your mind is calm, your body carries that stillness. It speaks before your words ever do, and people feel it. They're drawn in by it. In a world full of anxious energy and performative noise, the person who radiates stillness becomes magnetic. Be that person. Let your silence speak, and let your presence make the first impression. 7. Pursue growth relentlessly. Attractive people have a certain fire within them. They never settle. They don't stay stagnant. They evolve relentlessly. The Stoics understood that life itself is a process of continuous refinement. Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." That means the work is never done. Growth isn't a phase, it's a way of life. When you pursue growth with discipline and passion, it shows. It builds an invisible momentum. You begin reading more, reflecting more, testing your boundaries and stepping outside your comfort zone. Slowly, without even realizing it, you become sharper, stronger, wiser. That quiet momentum, other people can feel it. They may not know what's changed, but they sense the difference. It's the energy of someone who refuses to stay small. Growth isn't about chasing perfection. It's about refusing to remain the same. It's about waking up each day and asking, how can I get just a little better? More focused, more kind, more courageous. That mindset, that obsession with personal evolution, is what separates the magnetic from the mediocre. A person committed to growth doesn't need to boast. Their progress speaks for itself. They carry the humility of a student with the power of a warrior. And what's more powerful than that? In a world where most people seek comfort, be the one who seeks transformation. Not only will you rise, you'll inspire others to rise with you. And that is unforgettable. 8. Detach from outcomes. Desperation repels. Detachment attracts. It's a paradox, but one deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom. The Stoics taught that we are responsible only for what we can control: our actions, our effort, our attitude. The results? They belong to fate, not to us. And when you truly understand that, a powerful shift happens inside you. When you're attached to the outcome, whether it's someone's approval, a goal, or a reward, you become tense, anxious, and reactive. You start to overthink, overgive, and overexplain. You chase. And the more you chase, the more what you want slips away. That's the energy of neediness, and nothing is less attractive than neediness. But when you pour your best into something, then let go of the result, everything changes. You radiate calm. You become grounded, centered, and hard to shake. You're no longer grasping, you're choosing. That's confidence. That's strength. When you stop chasing outcomes, you stop tying your worth to them. And ironically, that's when things start flowing toward you. People are drawn to those who don't need them. When you detach, you show that you're whole already, that you're moving forward with or without anyone's validation. That energy is magnetic. Whether in relationships, career, or life decisions, your refusal to cling creates space. Space for better things to enter. Space for respect to grow. And in that space, attraction happens naturally. So do your part. Show up fully. But then, let go. Trust the process. Trust yourself. And remember, true power lies not in controlling outcomes, but in mastering your response to them. 9. Take care of your energy. Like it's sacred. Your energy is your foundation. It's not a luxury, it's your life force. The Stoics understood that the body and mind are not separate. They are deeply interconnected. A sluggish body leads to a cloudy mind, and a mind without clarity cannot lead with strength. That's why how you sleep, what you eat, and what you feed your mind aren't side quests. They're the main storyline. They shape everything else. You can't pour from an empty cup. When you're exhausted, overstimulated, or mentally drained, your presence weakens. Your decision-making falters. Your mood shifts. People feel it, even if you try to hide it. But when you're well-rested, nourished, and mentally clear, you radiate something else entirely: groundedness, vitality, confidence without trying. So treat your energy like it's sacred. Wake early, not just to be productive, but to greet the day with intention. Move your body daily, not out of vanity, but out of reverence for what it allows you to do. Feed your mind with wisdom, books, ideas, silence, and most importantly, be ruthless about guarding your energy from anything or anyone that depletes it without return. Attraction isn't always about appearance. More often, it's about presence, and your presence is powered by your energy. When you're vibrant, calm, and clear, people sense it. They may not be able to explain it, but they're drawn to it. So don't wait until you're burnt out to care. Build habits that honor your body and sharpen your mind. Because in the end, your vitality isn't just for you, it's the fuel for the impact you leave on the world. 10. Lead with purpose, not ego. The most magnetic people don't move through life trying to be liked. They're not fueled by applause or approval. They're led by something deeper, purpose. Stoicism teaches us that true power comes not from ego, but from service. The person who stands for something greater than themselves becomes unshakable. They become a force. Ego seeks validation. It asks, do they see me? Purpose seeks impact. It asks, how can I serve? And that difference is everything. When you're driven by ego, your actions become reactive, shallow, and inconsistent. But when you're led by purpose, your steps gain direction, your life gains weight, you stop floating, you lead. Look at Marcus Aurelius. He didn't win admiration by charming crowds or chasing popularity. He was loved and respected because he lived by principle. He didn't flinch when things got hard. He stood tall in the storm, anchored by duty, not ego. That's what left a legacy. And that's what makes a person unforgettable. When you find your why, whether it's to build, protect, heal, create, or uplift, you start to walk differently. You speak with conviction. You make decisions with clarity. You become a lighthouse, not a chameleon. People sense that you're not looking for direction. You are the direction. And they follow that. Not because you ask them to, but because your presence demands it. So forget the performance. Forget the need to be liked. Focus on what you're here to do. Align your daily actions with that deeper mission. Because purpose doesn't just give you strength, it gives you shine. And the world can't help but notice someone who moves with both. These 10 Stoic habits don't just make you attractive. They make you undeniable. Not because of tricks or trends, but because they cultivate something rare. A grounded, self-possessed, deeply magnetic presence. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being powerful in silence, steady in storms, and focused on what truly matters. So, which habit are you working on right now? Drop it in the comments. Let's grow together. If you found value in this, consider sharing it with someone who could benefit. And don't forget, a simple like goes a long way in spreading Stoic wisdom. For more insights on philosophy, personal growth, and the art of clear thinking, subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay strong, stay mindful, and above all, stay stoic. See you in the next video.